sit in the garage, any guy could have
Yeah.
popped it out of there, but
That's my
we'll take care of that.
letterhead.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'd been talking about it anyway. Well, yeah, I talked to you about
You
it
did.
today,
Yep.
you know, about spraying, what we can use and stuff.
Yep.
So,
You ready?
I didn't know if Tom's got to get hooked up there or if he's,
Oh, it's not working anyway, so I had it at home.
this paper works
It
fine.
does work pretty good, doesn't it?
Okay, first thing you do is call the meeting to order. Stand and have a pledge of allegiance and a moment of silence afterwards. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everyone. Okay, first thing is approval of the agenda.
Make a motion to approve the agenda.
Someone second.
second,
Oh, second, all in favor, say aye. Opposed, motion carried. We have minutes and bills. Questions on those? If no questions, someone make,
Holmeyer, that's just gravel, I take it for,
Yes,
yeah,
okay. Then Tom Walters, the same thing, where'd that go?
hauling gravel, yep.
I think
I didn't have a price
72
on it.
loads of class 5 that we didn't need gravel
Okay,
from Tom.
but we didn't, there's no price on it.
I think you left him in the line items. It was from.
Oh, yeah.
before.
That could be an old one. Me.
Other questions? If not, somebody want to make a motion to approve?
So move.
Someone second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Okay, we have an individual here from the office of Jim Hagedorn. His name is Kyle.
Close enough.
All right,
Oh, I'm up right away. We're on a good ship here.
Yeah.
So I'll be real brief. My name is Kyle Perone, staff of Congressman Jim Hagedorn here in southern Minnesota. I'm here on behalf of Congressman Hagedorn to present the city with a certificate recognizing the sesquicentennial anniversary. And accompanying with it is a United States flag, which was flown over the US Capitol in Washington, DC.
really?
So with that, I told you I'd be real brief. Please accept this certificate of recognition on behalf of Congressman Hagedorn.
Thank you.
With that, I'll just leave it right there.
Thank you so much.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
They fly one flag a day, is it?
I think that's how it works. They got a bunch of them up there and
Yeah, they're running
yeah,
around.
someone's up there full time changing them, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's pretty awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Years ago, we used to be, that's the ones we get by. They
Oh,
were-
yeah?
They were all flown on the Capitol.
Well, now we just give them to you.
Yep.
Just got to make it 150 years, I guess. Well, I'm going to stick around and see what we got going on in the city. So thanks for the time here.
Perfect, thank you.
Thanks.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Tell Mr. Hagedorn, thank you, and whoever was involved.
Will do.
All righty. Sheriff's Department report.
Yes. So we got our quarterly report in. We had. What quarter are we even in? Second quarter, 235 hours in the second quarter. So that's the 3 months, but in June, we had 96 patrol hours.
Little over, not quite, about 22 or 3 hours a week.
Yep, and we're contracted for 10, I believe.
Yeah.
Sarah, do you want to touch on Friday and Saturday from Captain
Gotcha.
Barta?
I mistakenly gave in my other email, so just let me open it up on here. So I spoke with Captain Barta about our celebration and what kind of coverage he thinks we should have. And he thought, he wants to be in regular, uniform. They want to just kind of hang out with people, be present, be there. So he gave me the numbers of the officers in case we need to contact them. He'd like to have 2 officers on Friday and 2 officers on Saturday. And they would be at 2000 and to 0100. So that's what, Robert, 8 o'clock?
Yep.
You
8 o'clock.
always just get so mad about that. 8 o'clock to 1 AM.
To 1 a.m., yeah.
So that's 5 hours, 10 hours a night for 2 hours, or 10 hours total. So it'd be a total of 20 hours. So that might be something what we would get in a week, and that's at that regular rate of, so it's gonna be over $1,000, but I think that'll keep things good because by gosh, we have 45 vendors in the market. We have many food trucks. You know, we got 2 bands. We're really hoping we have a crowd. And now don't check the weather, but it's looking good. So we really, we're thinking that maybe we'll have these guys here and we won't need them. But the officers are the ones that have been around a lot. So I think it'll be really good.
What time was last call?
I think they close at 1.
So
And
they're
he
gonna be
said-
done at 1. We'd probably want them because that's when they gain their most courage.
Yeah, well, and we
Closing
also, we will have our regulars, so there'll be the regular people that shift through, that come through. And he did say that's when they'll schedule to be until 1, but they'd like they'd like to make the decision at that point. If it's looking like they need to stay longer, they will. And I said I trusted them that they could make that decision, so it's at their discretion, pretty much, but,
They've done it very well in their judgment in the past. So
Yes.
I would agree.
and I told him that. I said, we're all very happy with everything and we trust them to do that, so.
That transport set up too, so people can use that.
Yeah, do you guys know about that?
Yep.
So that'd be really, yeah, you donated towards it, so I think that's gonna be really good. Just so everybody knows, we have the Joyride transport, which was Tracy Sterninsky's idea, I think. And so that kind of ties into it. I think between having the officers here, having this here, good people make bad choices all the time, and we just want to keep people safe. That's all we care about. We want to have a good time and be safe, so.
And Joyride is covering up to 13-mile radius, so Mapleton, Garden City, Amboy, all of those people are covered for a free ride home, so both nights, so with the last one leaving at 1.
Well, I think Red Dirt Road has got a pretty big following, don't it?
Mhm.
So we could have a pretty good street dance on Saturday night.
That's
So
what we're
yeah, they
hoping.
can use their judgment. Chances are they'll be here till 2.
Yeah.
There'll be some diehards that isn't gonna want to take me
I
home.
agree.
One more song, one more song.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
So, yeah, as long as you guys are, I just wanted to make you aware of all that. We talked about talking to them. So there might be an additional, 15 to 1,700 on that with them being that many hours.
What it
So,
costs.
yeah.
I agree.
but just wanted to make sure you guys were aware of it. and we're okay
Celebration.
With it.
Gonna cost the city some money. That's just part of it.
That's exactly right.
So,
We're excited.
all right. Anything else from the sheriff department then? We're good?
Nope, we're good.
All right.
Actually, just if people see, when he was talking to me, if people see weird behavior, goofy things, and they just think, oh, whatever, I don't want to call the sheriff. He keeps hearing about things after the fact. I mean, Kyle does. So he said that's what they get paid for. That's what they're here for. That's what their job is. They'll come in and check stuff out. So just call it in if something goofy's going on.
I don't have a problem with fireworks night or 2 before Forest and then Forest and maybe a night after, but then it carries on once in a while at 11 o'clock at night. And it's kind of getting a little irritating.
Yeah, I had some,
It was a little exciting this year. for some
Yeah.
reason.
there was some neighbors with small kids that weren't very happy.
Up here on Main Street someplace. I don't know where, but
I know. Hopefully that subsides.
Yeah.
The big
All right.
the water was.
Fire department report.
Yep, 13 calls in June, 7 medical, 1 tank fire, 1 lift assist, 1 fire alarm, 1 car fire, 1 gas leak, and 1 mutual aid to Mapleton. And they had their blood drive and Phil said it went well.
Good deal. All right, street updates. We have our new street person here tonight, Jacob Barnard. He's been busy running the paint roller all day long to make things look better. And welcome aboard, Jake.
Thank you.
I apologized to Jake this morning when I was over to the shop for the shop, because it should have never gotten to that point. I told him right now, it's not priority. We got quite a few things this week that are priority, and then from that point on, can touch here and there. So, any questions
Is
of
it-
us, Jake?
I just have a question for Jake, or I guess for all of you. With the painting of the curbs, is it possible to get those crosswalks on Main Street from Bell Tower to Maureen's and then from the Thunder to the fire station, get those crosswalks painted this week?
We always had them hired done.
Yeah, they come, that's the county thing.
Is it the county?
Yep.
Okay.
And we can touch base with them. Maybe they'll do that this week before the celebration.
Yeah, we're gonna have it closed, but it'd be nice
Yeah.
just for traffic going across.
Yeah.
There is a striping company in Mankato too. I think it's Peter's Striping if we wanted something done too.
Any questions for us guys, Jake?
I don't believe so, not as.
I know it's pretty hard on the very first day.
Here to try and keep you guys happy, trying to keep everybody happy. So if you guys have that input, I'm all in. So,
I told Jake, if he wants to work a few extra hours this week because we are way behind. I don't think anybody on the council has a problem with it. We got things that haven't been done here for a couple months, so it just might add to the depth of the celebration a little bit.
Yeah.
But we haven't paid out anybody for a while either, so.
Ash, do you have that one form I made up? I made a system sheet just that I can give you. It's an idea of what we can provide for him so we can make his job easier. It was just trash. It was something I did when I was doing the trash. So I made a system of how I did the trash. So I thought you might benefit from being able to see what day things are going on, what happens after a holiday, when they dump the dumpster down at the park, just kind of those things that you won't know otherwise.
Yeah.
So I made you a one-page cheat sheet.
okay,
And I think we should build you a systems folder.
Yeah.
And every time you come up with something, we'll just build a system and put it in there.
okay,
That way you can succeed at everything.
yeah, that sounds good to me. Quite a bit more efficient than trying to learn it.
Yeah, if you can just read it and after you've done it a time or two, you'll know it. And-
Yeah. You can
Because
give him my
unfortunately, yeah.
email and phone too.
I gave him a list of phone numbers, the past streets department's phone numbers, and then all of your guys' phone numbers, emails, even if you don't check your emails, that's in there. But mainly phone numbers. He got his computer today, business cards, his nameplate's here, so should be off to a good start.
Excellent.
I got a question about celebration. Did the city get permission from the county to close the highway?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Just, 'cause that's,
Do we always get some more barricades from the county?
we'll have to count them and see what we need. Yeah, I counted 7 that one day up there.
Yeah, but I mean, do they have any up here at the county shed?
They used to, I don't know if they do anymore.
Okay.
So it's a matter of catching them when the door is open.
All right. Either that or call Mike,
Yeah.
get a hold of him and so we could get some extra ones probably. So, all right, that's it for the street department? Everyone?
I think so.
We don't have anything here for the water department. Maybe we
I
should.
could go now and
Fine,
Gentlemen,
I could go now.
you betcha.
Okay, yeah, tonight I'm doing distribution of the water bottles and the paperwork for lead and copper testing. We do that every 2 or 3 years. I got 5 of them all before the meeting. I got 5 to go, so I'd like to get out of here real soon so I can not knock on people's doors after 8 o'clock or 8:30. Sorry. I brought some information to share with you guys about some of the effects your I&I construction projects have had on my job. I'm gonna show you this chart. This is a chart from 2 years ago. This is June of 2019. And in this chart, I'll just kind of hold it up and I'll pass it around. In this chart, we're kind of bumping along here at about 100,000 gallons in the beginning of the month and less. These are from here all the way to this big line. We're within the treatment plant's design of 85,000 gallons per day. On June 23rd, we got a 2.5-inch rainfall. And that very day, the same day as the rainfall, we had 480,000 gallons come into the wastewater treatment facility. And you can see in the days after how it steps down and finally starts to get back to normal after about a week. But even day 2 was 250,000. Day 3 was 170,000. Day 4 was 150,000. Day 5 was 120,000. Day 6 was 110,000. So that's what we used to deal with. You can send that around if you'd like to. This is June this year. June this year, the entire month, except for one day, we were within the, this is a different looking chart because without the tall bar, it just makes everything bigger. But there was only one day when we were above the plant's design flow. And actually, no, I take that back. We were within one day we had 88,000. So we're just barely over the system's design flow on this day back here at the beginning of the month.
Yeah, when we got a couple inches of rain.
No, there was no rain that was recorded there. So we're still dealing with groundwater, or maybe there was a late rain in May. We were still catching it. I don't know what the reason is, but we went from 40,000 gallons one day to the very next day, it went up to 88,000 gallons with no good reason. We had a little bit of rain 2 days later, but later in the month here, we had a 1.2 inch rain. And on that day, we only got 74,000 gallons of water. So, I mean, the whole month we were within the system's design, even though you still had an inch rainfall. And then this is just a continuation of it. This is the first July, from July 1st until today. And we've had a lot of rainfall in July here at the beginning of the month. You can see all these yellow lines. So we had an inch and 7/10. And then we had another rainfall of just under a half an inch. And on the 1 inch rainfall day, we only had about 89,000 gallons come out. So it's not the 500,000 gallons we used to get when, and I noticed down there in that field today, when I drove by, there's still water ponding there. So it's not coming down into the ground or into our pipes. It just sits there if you notice when you drive by.
These high pumping days has been, maybe some of those farmers were getting water.
Yeah, and a backwash in the treatment plant and different things like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That one day we were almost 90,000, 88,000 gallons probably, and
Yeah.
there's 75 a couple
You
times.
got to kind of throw them out.
So way better.
It is. And so I brought,
But the ground is also awful dry, so
the ground is soaking it up like a sponge. Right.
But I think we're on the right track.
I definitely think you are. I mean, I don't want to get too excited ahead of time, but one thing that makes this really nice is,
that tile really dry out your backyards.
Well, it has, but the cracks are this wide back there yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's so dry.
Yeah.
It's hard.
one thing that's nice in May of this year, from the well, we pumped 1.479 million gallons. And what went to the wastewater treatment facility, with all of the rainfall we had that month, we had 2.76 inches of rain. And out at the treatment, we had 1.745 million. So not like the old days where it's double, triple. Maize, you have maize. So we are pumping on average 47, well, I'm around at 48,000 gallons a day from the well. And our average to the treatment plant was 56,000 gallons per day with our wet weather design of 85,000. So now you've got extra capacity of 20,000 gallons per day. Where it used to be the other way around. I can pick just about any month in here. I'll just random pick one here.
Wednesday might be a day to check it, or Thursday, because there could be 2 to 3 inches of rain here, I guess.
Is that right?
To get that much?
That's what it's saying, that.
Yeah, that'll be a good indicator. You know, in April, we pumped 1.27 million gallons from the well. And again, 1.72 to the treatment facility. Averaged 57,000 gallons a day to the wastewater. 42,000 gallons per day from the well, so. Our well pumpage has gone down a lot since we fixed those things a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Had those leaks that were leaking constant, so.
You must have lost a lot of water to evaporation in the ponds
Oh,
over June.
yeah, a couple inches. Yeah, at least in the month of June. It was going backwards. So, yeah, that's been pretty nice.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully it'll make it a lot more controllables in the spring of the years.
Yeah.
Frost goes out.
Lastly, I just brought this for you guys because I've had a lot of questions lately about wells and water towers and things like that. And this is a document from the Minnesota Department of Health, and it's isolation distances from a water supply well. It's from their well management program. I highlighted a couple things back in here. So from a well to a petroleum container of 1,100 gallons or more without safeguards, it's 150 feet. From a tanker container, 1,100 gallons or more with safeguards, it's 100 feet. And then from a sewer buried from a collector municipal serving a facility, let's see here. It's 50 feet from a sewer pipe. So if you ever wondering what any of these distances are, here's a multiple page document. I'll give it to Robert, or I think I gave Robert one when you were building your filling station. But that's your distances. If you're wondering, like, if you wanted to put a well somewhere and how far you had to be from this, that, and the other, it's all right there.
Does it say anything in here how close a water tower could be built to another water tower?
No, and I don't know if there's anything as far as building. I don't know if you could ever build one that close to a structure, but Vernon did.
And then they tore the other one
I'm
down.
losing my voice. They built one pretty close to housing and structures. It's right, sewn right in there in that neighborhood, so I don't know about that.
How would we find that out?
Engineer,
Okay,
pay some money. I don't know those things.
okay.
Yeah, I can look up stuff like this, but I don't know engineering and setbacks and all the rest. But I know when the lady came out here, she did a bunch of measuring with the measuring tape to make sure that we were far enough away from a sewer main and all that with the well that we have now. You know, when you dug the new, when you have the well, she came out and did a visit and she's like, oh, let's just check. And so she measured and she went out to Sherman Street here and everything was fine.
There's a sewer stub up this pipe, right? Or up this road. Yeah. So on the east portion or the west portion? On the west portion.
West side.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's got to get pretty close
Yeah.
from that wellhead to this sewer pipe.
Yeah.
Got to be awful close.
It's over though.
Yeah.
Yeah. it's
Has to
over.
be.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have done the well without.
You pass or fail.
When they talk about petroleum with safeguards and without safeguards, is safeguards like a dual walled tank?
I don't know. I would imagine, but I don't know.
Yeah.
So I mean, like on that one lot down there, you were talking about if you had to stay 50 feet this way from a sewer, but you had to stay 100 feet that way from the petroleum, you might be sewn in there pretty tight.
Mhm.
The other thing Brian mentioned when I talked to him last week is that wire that we have over there.
Yeah, that's a nightmare.
We need to do something with that wire. Needs to have signs, spray painted flags on it, something.
And you got two poles with a cable across the back lot there. I can see some kid with a.
Yeah, I told, we had signs in there to
They're
begin
gonna
with,
decapitate
and we can
themselves
put
on
that
thing.
pink ribbon on there to
At night, there's nothing to see it. It's just
Yeah, so.
two poles with a
reflective tape
cable
or
waiting to
something.
take somebody's head off.
Ribbon in the shop, I can just tie on this cable right there
You have a message on your.
to get by.
Yeah.
I don't see pink ribbon.
There
Yeah, it
is
should be
any-
Yeah.
That should be reflective.
Reflective, or you
There
should,
was two signs hanging on there. They just got broke down over the years.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they weren't reflective either.
Is there any stipulations of having, say, someday that little well is done, and we have to cap it? Can we put another well on that area right there?
I believe you can.
Can we?
Okay, yeah, I hate to bring up other cities, but I've been operating for South Bend for a couple months now, until I find somebody. They've got two wells that are from here to the door apart, and they both go down to the Mount Simon Aquifer, which is about 900 feet. They're
Okay,
very deep wells, but they're only 20 feet apart.
okay.
And they got them plumbed separate right into the building with two VSDs, two check valves, two flow meters, two everything. And then they come into a common pipe, and then they've got their chlorine and their fluoride and phosphate injection right there. And Yeah,
Well, they got to aerate their water down there.
they don't treat their water at all.
Really?
Mhm.
So it's pretty hard water coming out of the spigot?
Pretty
Well,
red.
they went down to the Mount Simon, so that's
Down different aquifer.
different aquifer, but
Still fresh.
still has a lot of iron. So what we do there is we add polyphosphate to sequester the iron. Polyphosphate will coat the iron molecule and not allow it to stick to things and keep it in solution. So it's just another chemical that you have to add and check, but,
Is their water rusty?
yeah, when they flush the water mains and whatnot, it's pretty rusty, pretty crappy. When the firemen go and do their, out in South Bend, they put up this kind of a tank thing on the ground and they fill into that and then they pump their trucks out of that. It's ugly looking water, but what comes to the people's houses is decent looking. I mean, it's not rusty looking.
But I mean, our water being aerated takes that smell out of it. How, do
takes
they
out-
have a smell?
Not really, no.
Really?
No.
Oh.
Mhm.
Because you know, when that water is up there going through that, it stinks,
Yeah, that's the
you know?
manganese and iron being separated from the water. Yeah. Manganese smells, but yeah, that treating the water is a service you do for your customers. It's not required.
Yeah.
We could pump it from the ground and,
We have very good water.
yeah, we do. I love
We have
it.
very good water.
I fill my jug and drink it. It's good stuff.
All right.
No complaints, otherwise everything's going good. I'm gonna go do lead and copper testing.
We'll
You got an
get,
email about the weeds?
Oh, yeah, they're getting out of hand.
Yeah, we're gonna be taking care of that. We talked about it
Yep.
already.
Okay,
Yeah, that'd be good.
I just wanted to make sure, because
Yeah.
it's got to be that special.
Well, no, so for weed killer, you can, if you're gonna broadcast it with a boom and do the whole dike and you might get some in the water, then it has to be an aqua-friendly herbicide. But if you spot spray with a tractor and a tank and a hand one and you spot spray the weeds, you can use Roundup or whatever it is that'll kill the weeds.
Okay,
Just try not to get it in the water is all.
perfect.
there's a 5-gallon pail up to the shops for grease. Is that for you?
That's
Or
lift station.
lift station, yeah.
Yeah, I was telling her that is such a scam. These guys from team, they call, and they try to sell this floating lift station cleaner. But the first time your float sticks and goes down, it all gets, it's gone. It's an expensive thing that's supposed to help you degrease your lift station, but
So
it's kind of like kooky science, you know what I mean?
they must be the ones they send stuff and then they charge you for it.
Yes,
So Brian's told them, the other Brian has told them many a times, we don't want your stuff, quit sending it to us.
yeah,
Well, there's a
So-
pail up there now.
yeah.
In the
It's probably been
city
there
shop.
for a while.
Hard to get in the shop.
Is it right by the door?
It's inside.
Yeah, I put it there.
Oh,
This
okay.
package was sitting outside the door.
Yeah, that's what they do. They're crooks, yeah.
Well, you didn't order it, so I mean, if we never pay for it, they'll quit.
You hope so, yeah.
Or they keep sending it free. Just don't pay for it.
Yeah. Great, so.
Yeah, just don't pay for it. We didn't order it, so.
All right, I gotta go find 5 houses with people at home.
Have fun.
All right. Watch out for the dogs.
Yeah. I already got stinged by a hornet today.
Oh, geez.
Thank you.
Yep.
All right, clerk treasurer, update.
I don't have a lot, for the office personally, just a couple little updates on the 150th. Really, so we have, Sarah touched a little bit, Joyride will be here. We have the Thunder Bar, Main Street Repeats, Anderson Trucking, Red Iron Mercantile, Good Thunder Fire Department, Cutting Edge, and Dick's Locker all sponsored it. So they'll all be on all the signage. The bus is gonna come to the parade as advertisement too, no extra cost for that. And then they'll be, like I said, going 13-mile radius. The TZD and Safe Roads and Minnesota Department of Transportation kind of spearhead all of this. So all the signage and everything, they're gonna be doing that and they'll be dropping that off Wednesday. So the signs will go up, it'll be all over social media, it'll be in the parade, just so.
It's very cool. It's like free advertisement. Once we pay for that, then we have all that advertisement.
Mhm.
So it kind of touches a lot of places.
Yeah, and it really, the business owners, it gets their names out there too, but mostly we're giving our residents a safe ride home.
Yeah.
It's taking a lot of liability off of us and a lot of off Jenny, I think it's gonna be a good thing. I hope people utilize it because $10,000 for DWI is probably not what you want on your record. So, so that'll be a nice option for them and they'll even do around town. So,
Yeah.
we have sold a lot of buttons, lots of prizes coming in still. We have about 60 units for the parade as of right
Oh,
now.
really?
Yep.
Oh.
So, busy week ahead. So hopefully everything goes smoothly with that.
Well, in the group we have, I mean, the people that have been able to come, we changed our meetings to nighttime.
Mhm.
We've changed them to have some of them on Mondays, some of them on Tuesdays to try and catch more people. And we've added a couple people.
Mhm.
And I just gotta tell you, it's just a really good group and we're just getting a lot done.
Mhm.
It's awesome. I think the market's gonna be outstanding.
Yeah. I think we've got, what did you say, 40,
I think she said 45.
45 vendors. I think we're back up to 5 or 6 food trucks that'll be here. So,
And when we say vendors, I mean, some of these are like business owners that are bringing some of their stuff and some of them are home crafters and it's just all an array of stuff. I think it's just gonna be cool.
and then,
Do we know anything about the twins? Any counts on kids, people?
Yeah.
Yeah, the twins.
we have 101 kids as of Friday. Well, we don't. Maple River Chamber has 101 kids as of Friday registered for the 2 sessions for the twins. So, and then they'll have the concession stands gonna be open, roller dogs and sloppy joes. So there'll be food down there. Sarah and then Lisa Prom and Cheryl from the Thunder are all gonna be down there working it. So
Does it need to be cleaned out in the kitchen?
She's already
area?
done it.
Lisa's already
okay.
taken
Oh,
care of
yeah.
it. She's cleaned it and
They
stocked
cleaned the
it.
outside of it a couple times now. Jim has. So it's all,
Cleaned and stocked and should be ready to go. And then the twins are providing, I think she said some sort of like Gatorade and then like a twins bag, I think like a drawstring bag or something, I think is what they're getting with it too, so.
Can people still sign up for that if they got groups that want to sign up?
Yep, people can still sign up. I don't think the chamber is closing it until probably, Wednesday or so. So don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure that's what she said, so.
and if you're just like a couple that wants to go down and watch this, you can do that too, right?
Yep,
Okay.
yep, I think. so.
Somebody asked me that. I'm like, I'm pretty sure.
Well, and I know
I'm gonna be there.
there was a lot of older kids that were wishing they could go. So I
Yeah.
said, you guys can go sit and watch.
Yeah.
We need to get all the bleachers set then too.
I just gonna say, I got some lag bolts last night when I was in Menards, so with the boards are there. So we'll get down there and get them all set. If we need to freshen up the crushed rock under the old ones, we'll try to get that done tomorrow and get that done. I told Jake or showed him where them figurines were that were on the fence.
Oh, sure.
So we can get them zip tied back on the out fence again.
How heavy are those?
Not very
I
heavy.
have not tried to pick one up.
Oh,
They aren't.
they're not very heavy?
Just sheet metal,
So like
10, 15 pounds.
I could do it if I had somebody to zip tie it with me.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do that, I mean, I'm not working right now because I work at a school, so.
Okay.
I can try and help out or,
I had Alden helping him all day today. I'm gonna try to have the other guys tomorrow help too, so we can get stuff done. Because that needs to be done, that the fence needs to have some rewired down there, pulled tighter, So there's a lot of, there's a day down there easy,
Mhm.
at least, just to make it look possible.
I talked to the county again on Thursday. Road closed permits were in January of this year, so they've been in for a long time. But I followed up with Ryan Tilgus Thursday last week and talked to him. We kind of tightened down because the 400 block of Main Street's going to be closed from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. all day on Saturday. Well, 11 to 8 on Saturday. So that was kind of our window to keep that closed. Just with all the shoppers and the food trucks, we wanted a little bit safer passage across the street.
well, haven't we always closed it for a couple of days?
Yeah, they used to be closed.
And they won't let you do that anymore.
No, I'm sure not.
He wanted us to cut it down to 4 hours. I said, that's not going to happen. So
No.
Yeah.
we negotiated on 9 and he said, only because it's 150th next year, I'm gonna have to cut it down.
Hades was set up in their main street for 3 days
Yeah.
in that county.
Yeah, imagine that.
Mhm.
So just kind of run through Saturday's events. We do have a 1.5 flashback stroll. Tracy Sterninski is putting on a walk. So that will be going on around town. And then
Oh, after that, are you gonna talk about Mr. Willis?
what about Mr. Willis?
Oh, you were gone. So there's a teacher at the school who wrote the books and stuff. He's got a 20-minute slide presentation he would like to give up at the shelter after the fun walk, run tour of Good Thunder. Because he's done so much research on Good Thunder. So he has a 20-minute presentation he wants to give.
Perfect.
So, sorry,
That's okay.
I just knew you were gone and we kind of added that. Somebody's gonna don't let me borrow a Chrome or a computer and a projection. So we'll maybe just project it right on that wall inside of there or something.
Otherwise, we have a projector here too.
Do we?
Yeah, I think it's in the back or in the sheriff's office.
Okay, then I won't have to get one.
Would it be better to have it down at the bell tower with a screen? So, you know, people could be standing out there in more area.
I don't know if, do we have a screen that we could use or?
A blanket works, but
Yep.
how much noise will be between this presentation and all the vendors? You might not be able to hear it. I don't
I
know.
don't
I was
know.
gonna say, if we're gonna put 45 vendors, that'd be pretty full, wouldn't
Oh,
It's gonna
we,
be full.
it's,
That's figured out.
it? I mean, it's gotta be. pretty
Kristen
full.
Musser, who helped us with last year's Great Market, the Great Market in Good Thunder, she did it in the fall with us. She's an organizer and so is, and Lisa, we all worked on the map. So there's the map.
Looks pretty full.
Yeah, you can see where the car wash is.
Yeah.
And then, so we got them lined up there.
we also have over here, oh wait, that goes that way. So pastor said on the church lot too, there's that grassy spot there. We can have people there. You know, it's been meticulously measured and weight and placed out. So
They
Well,
need
no.
power.
no, Kristen told all vendors if they need power, they have to provide their own.
Okay.
So we just, there's only one food truck, Jersey's Sweet Spot, and they have permission from the fire department to plug into their outside outlet. So,
And then the other question, we just thought maybe it would be kind of cool if, we'll try and add it to the roster, but the people that did the tour of Good Thunder to see everything, then they get to have the presentation, you know what I mean? And we'll maybe put little signs up or try and let people know that that's going on too, but I think, you know, he would probably give it again to anybody who would want to listen to it. So
yeah,
if you know him, he's kind of he loves that stuff, so. Okay, continue.
no, that's okay. And then just a lot of Saturday's activities, kid stuff is all free for the kids. Candy bar bingo, sign painting, stuff like that is all mainly just to get the kids and the families out to do stuff. So they'll come, they'll paint a sign or 2 or 3 and do some bingo and it's all free to them.
Connect Four,
Giant
Giant
Connect
Connect
4,
Four, Hoppity Kid Race.
Hopty, oh yeah, that's not on here. The Hopty Ball Race, Junior Bacon Pig Races, since we can't have live farm animals, we have mechanical pigs that are going to race. Just, and the bands and the parade. I think overall it's going to be a good weekend. So,
I was just sent a suggestion too, that maybe the presentation could be done in the back of the bar. There's a lot of seating in there. There's a big screen TV that possibly talk to Jenny and Darren about doing a
That's
presentation.
a good idea too,
Yeah, like you say, maybe he'll do it a couple times.
because he's gonna be at the market. You know, he's one of the vendors, so he'll go there, but he probably would do it again
Mhm.
later, so.
and if he has a tent and the tent has a back wall, he could just project the slide on the back wall of his tent too. So
Yeah.
that's kind of up to him.
Yeah, I'll talk with him.
And if it's anything like the past, years ago, there'll be people coming that don't have power. I do have 3 generators.
Okay.
So,
That's what I was wondering, you know,
pardon?
that's what I was wondering.
Yeah,
But she kind of, I mean, I think we only had one person say they'd like power, and Kristen said we can't provide it.
Yep,
You know?
between tents to go over it and power, it was just, if we provide for one, have to provide for everybody. So she said, just it's rain or shine, bring
Yeah.
power, bring your own tent, kind of.
She goes in these things, she's part of these all the time, and that's kind of standard.
Yep, and it
Yeah,
went
they
over
provide
really well at
everything.
the fall, one up at the city park, so I think.
Yeah, except for Robert had to get us his generator for the TNT barbecue or something. The
No.
smoker wasn't working.
Oh, Jake and Amy's.
Yeah, and then the music wasn't working. Yeah, anyways.
So anyways, so yeah, that's kind of the rundown on the 150th. Other than that, I don't think I have a lot for you guys here for actual city hall stuff, so. Water bills went out. No issues. Everybody got read. The ones that have issues, I've contacted them and we'll have to get new meters to them. So we'll have to get new meters ordered.
Yeah, how many do we have that aren't functioning?
We have 5 that aren't reading, and I went back and individually put in all the numbers and tried to remote read a couple times and it won't read anything. It comes back as 0. So we'll have to try a new meter. And I think we only have 2 meters left.
Probably.
So we'll have to get new meters ordered.
Maybe we should order, I mean, I was just talking about this, we've been watering, we try not to water our grass, but at one point it was just like a safety hazard for a little bit there, but. Long story short, can we get a couple of the meters for people when they water stuff?
That'd be a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think,
As much as I've been watering flowers and stuff, I thought, God, it would be smart to get one of those someday.
okay,
And I'm sure there's other people that are thinking about that too, so,
okay, yeah.
And we didn't find any used old ones that,
yeah,
I think they all went to Buford.
yeah.
So, yeah, we just need to might as well get what, dozen?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
of each outside and new meters, you think?
Well, I mean, else,
The,
are there a difference?
Yes.
Well, yeah, you could have the remote on the one inside and it just be manually read on the outside, right?
Mhm. From my understanding of it.
Yeah,
half a dozen of those maybe, huh?
Yeah. I mean, there isn't any, except for like, say, there's 2 brand new ones maybe left now.
Yep, because
So
TP
we're gonna
got
need at
one.
least a dozen of the
New
main
ones.
meter ones.
Okay.
Because we got 5 to fix. So,
And then do you want me to call or you want Jake to call?
do
Then
we,
he's got the phone number list for it too, so the
And
number is on there.
what vendor is that?
Um,
You know? Isn't Waterworks up there in the cities, was it? Or
think so.
is our reader adaptable yet?
Fergus Waterworks.
sounds right.
Waterworks?
Mhm.
Is it
Fergus.
Waterworks or Waterous?
Waterworks, Fergus Waterworks, Brian Rollins.
That's Fergus' son.
It just got cut off on.
That could be. Either way, yes, so that one, Ferguson Waterworks.
So is there a calling card by the remote in here that you go with or anything there that would tell you where to?
To what, to call, to call? I got the name.
Is it that Waterous?
Yeah, Ferguson Waterworks, Brian Rollins.
Okay.
Water meters. And this came from the past city maintenance guy. So this is the list that we all,
All right.
so either I can call or Jake can call, either way, it's fine with me.
We'd have to, there's some on the west wall, right below the furnace, down on the bottom shelf, kind of.
Second to the bottom, yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to look at them, Jake, and not this week, don't worry about it. So we can get it in next week. So. All right, is that it? For the clerk?
Yes, because, yes, yep.
All right. Community comment? Anybody? Anybody on video have comment?
I don't have a comment, but I have a question.
Let us turn you up real quick.
Okay, Lisa, go ahead.
Well, first of all, before I forget, this one's addressed to Ronnie. We're doing the posters for the past queens and we're adding their pictures and your wife's picture is missing. Is it possible to get a copy of that? Otherwise, we're gonna have to try to make a photocopy out of a small picture from a photo album.
No,
I've
she's
already
got it at
got-
home. She's got it at home. She was gonna get it restored. It faded. But no, I can get it whenever you want it. I can get it right now.
Yeah, do you want to bring it up?
If you could bring it up in the morning, that would be awesome because I already have her poster made. I just need her picture on there. And then,
I'll
Do
get
you-
up here in the morning.
okay, and then is she going to be willing to ride on the bus with the other queen candidates? People, I mean, the past royalty?
Sounds like it, yes.
Awesome.
How many of them are there?
I don't know who all got notified.
We have quite a few that are planning on it. One's even coming all the way from Florida.
Wow.
Mhm.
So like 15, 16 of them or?
Sarah, do you recall?
No,
I know I made up like 30 posters today, but I'm not for sure how many of them are actually going to be here, but we're still putting up as many as we can
okay.
with their pictures. So if you could ask her about that, if she would like to ride on the bus with us, with the others, that would be
It sounds like
awesome.
She has. She's talked to other ones too already.
Awesome.
Sweet, awesome. Okay, and then my other thing, and I don't know, maybe this is the wrong time, but I have a question about the sidewalks. I know there's been talk about having these sidewalks replaced. And these ones, like in front of Kristen Cowell's house and the rental property that Frank's have, and especially in front of Barb's house, is absolutely horrible. And I'm really, really worried that the neighbor who is starting to have walking issues down on the other side of Kristen, I'm really afraid he is going to wipe out. I almost wiped out one day coming from the farmer's market because I stumbled on one of the pieces of concrete. So I just really like to know when this project is going to get done, because it needs to be done before somebody gets hurt and then the city gets sued or something.
It's scheduled to get done yet this fall or summer and fall. Everybody is really, really busy right now. Tell them there's a brand new sidewalk on the other side.
Yeah.
I know, but if you've seen him lately, his walking has gotten very slow and shuffled. And he walks up to the store every single day. So I'm just really worried something's going to happen with him or somebody else, or, when the kids are running down the sidewalks and that.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
No,
see a
they're
kid,
scheduled, they're slated to get fixed yet this year.
but we don't have anything, excuse the pun, we don't have anything in concrete yet though, like a starting date or anything?
No.
No? Okay.
We will though.
Pardon?
We will though.
Okay. Alrighty. That's all I had right now.
All righty, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, anyone else? Council, anybody? All right, unfinished business,
Kind of touched on that already.
pretty much took care of all that. New business, got some zoning permits. Any questions on any of these?
I think they're all done too, aren't they? Unless the locker one's not done.
Locker isn't done yet.
Work in progress.
Yep.
Yep.
I don't know if that Spears is done or not.
That was done before the permit was applied for.
Okay.
We talked about that last month.
No questions? Somebody want to make
I'll make a motion to approve all three of those permits.
All right, someone second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
I oppose, motion carried. Okay, Joyride, we already covered that too, right?
Yep.
All right, miscellaneous. We have a letter from an individual with concerns. Everybody taken,
Yes.
read that, comments?
I think the only thing that we can do is forward the letter and the concerns to our attorney and see how to address it.
I agree. I don't even think we should talk about it.
I agree.
Everybody who applied for that might have done exactly the same thing. We don't know.
Yeah.
So we have to be very, very careful here.
I agree.
Yep.
So we'll just forward that to our attorney and
Yep.
know that the person who is concerned about this, we are definitely addressing it.
Yeah, and if we ever give money away again, we'll do it,
Yeah.
Different policy for how it
Yeah,
happened.
we'll do something different maybe, but we may never give money away again. You never know.
I know.
I guess from this point forward, everything would, I guess, to eliminate any problems would have to go to the lawyer, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but assuming that there won't be a problem yet, but yeah.
But then you can go back to another problem downtown. Lewis County was in charge of that
And all their attorneys,
and all their attorneys, and look where we're at.
that's what I mean.
So, I mean,
That's why I don't think we should even talk about
I
it.
agree.
No,
We should just forward it to the attorney and not worry about it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean,
All right.
we'll worry about it, but not now. We can't talk about it now.
Just know that we're addressing the concern. It's
Yeah.
not throwing it away from the table. We're taking it seriously and we're sending it to the attorney.
Yep.
All right, anything else under miscellaneous? I forgot to say this. We met here a couple Mondays ago for 2.5 hours with Ashley, Sarah and I, and we had a personnel meeting and we addressed things and talked about things. Sarah, do you have a list of what we did?
Oh, really? You always pass it on to me. We just discussed, making sure, she's still making sure she takes lunch because sometimes she works too much and Robert was kind of wanting her to take a lunch. She kind of waits to take her lunch for when other people are on their lunch so they can do business during their lunch. So he just wanted her to maybe try and list when her hours are, but I mean, I always remember back in the day we've always said it's a one-person business, so we have to have some grace if we're trying to get a hold of the city clerk and we can't get a hold of her for some reason. I've never had that problem, but if people are trying to come up here or whatever.
And the hours are posted.
They are
It's
posted.
posted for 2 years.
Yeah. I'm trying to help take some responsibility for any, when we have our quarterly payroll. I'm gonna have a reminder also, so I can help, because we kind of all dropped the ball on that, really, I feel. So I have a reminder in my phone, so I'll make sure I just touch base with Ashley to make sure that our payroll taxes are good. We're gonna try and meet, and then now that Jake is on board too, we're gonna meet every council meeting night, Robert and I with our employees. So like maybe we'll do Ashley at 6:30 because she's always here anyways. And then Jake will maybe do you at 1:45. And really just be a personnel meeting, touch base, because we want to make sure that, if you want to talk about something or if something's going on or you have a question that you don't maybe want to ask at a public council meeting, that you can touch base with us during that time, Ashley really wanted a meeting 6 months ago and we hadn't got around to it. So I apologize for that on my part. Yeah, just discussed keeping things rolling. I think now that the training, you've got the training certificates done now, so I think that's gonna help with some of the stuff that maybe got missed before. I think that's gonna be better now, so. I don't
Did you
know.
look up, do we have a dress code?
No, you've never had a dress code.
No,
Do we need to adopt a business casual dress code for the city of Good Thunder? Mapleton has it. It's called business casual dress code. No jeans. Vernon Center has the same thing, business casual dress code. Is that something the council wishes to establish?
Start paying for clothes then too for the clerk that we're gonna do. Asking if
for
asking if we're having a uniform policy and we've got a street guy, are
We're
we?
buying him safety clothes.
That's safety though.
I mean.
We have to do that.
When this was brought up, I said it would, I would like to see her get some City of Good Thunder polos or something when she goes to the safety meetings or whatever like that. I thought that would be a nice, gesture on the account of, I understand that we do stuff for safety reasons for our city guy, but just,
I think that the personnel committee should sit down with the employee, with Ashley, and decide what we mean by business casual, or what you mean by business
I was
casual.
gonna say that is a slippery slope, especially.
And so that way it'll be done once, and then we can go from that point on. And I do agree that it would be nice to have some polos or something for her to wear also. I think that would
If
be.
she goes and,
Yeah, I mean, I think
Nice
that'd
to-
be nice too. So that would be my recommendation.
All right, we can do that. Then the next, might have to meet a little earlier. The next council meeting.
Yeah, a couple hours beforehand.
yeah,
So then the hours that are established now are what?
8:30 to 5.
Tuesday through Friday, 8:30 to 5. Subject to change. Lunch is usually 1 to 1:30.
Okay, when there's a sign hung on the door back in 30 minutes, nobody knows when that 30 minutes starts. That's kind of deceiving.
Well, I
Howard?
usually take lunch at 1 because most people go between noon and 1, so I usually take it at 1.
Oh, if it's during the middle of the morning or whatever?
There's never been a sign on in the middle of the morning, back in 30 minutes.
Okay.
There's been a
So,
back in 15 because I'm allowed a 15-minute break twice a day, which
And you go to the post office, you post that.
I,
all right.
I think we're very, very concerned that I'm doing something that I'm not because of past clerks. And, you know, the comment was made that I'm under a microscope because of the past clerks, which is not fair to me. I've never given anybody a reason not to trust me, never lied to you. I don't have any intention of stealing city time. I'm just trying to do my job.
Yeah.
And it's turbo, like, where is she at every second of the day? And there's been more signs on this door than any clerk has ever done. And I've never given anyone a reason not to trust me. So it's really hard for me, you know, when you guys don't trust me.
Well, I guess a sign back in 30 minutes, even though whenever your lunch starts, your lunch could have varied at 15 minutes. You didn't get out of here.
Mhm.
So nobody knows that.
Yeah.
So
So I
there
should-
used to be a little thing up there with a dial on it. Says be back at 1:15.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we find that?
Yeah.
We used to have one.
Yep.
That way there is no question about what time you'll be back. Because if you put back, be back in 30 minutes, nobody knows when 30 minutes started. So just to simplify life for people. So,
People.
oh yeah, timesheets,
Are they not in this one?
pardon?
Are they not in this one?
Nope.
Okay.
Did we have to get a new time clock for up there or
We are
yours?
we got a new one here. We're gonna get a new one for up there. Ronnie and I talked.
I'll be a man, kid. I got, go get my hearing aid, hearing check tomorrow. I
Yeah.
can get one tomorrow morning.
Yep, because I asked him where he got it, so, and I haven't been to town.
And the lights in the office didn't even work. You know, go in there this morning, you know, it's like, oh, come on, really? Finally got two to light up, but one's dead. I mean.
Here?
so, Up in the
No,
city
it's
shop office, right above the
We're
time.
gonna do some,
Pretty
when
dark.
we do the concrete work and stuff, there's gonna be some light work done in that part of the building too.
Yeah,
And even in the main building. I mean, it could get brighter. I mean,
yeah.
you're just looking for a trip,
Well, it needs to be super washed.
right? Yeah. It just, so
Bad, so.
things will change.
Speaking of lights, would it be possible to get those, like sensors up at the city park? You know how that we have them, or is it,
The motion sensors,
or is it for that one? Which one doesn't have them? For whichever park doesn't have
these have them.
them?
In the bathrooms?
Yes,
Is there any lights in that
they
bathroom?
got lights.
They're on all the
last year. They're
time.
on.
Okay,
Cause they could set it on 10 minutes to stay on, but they're on 24 hours a day otherwise. So I've actually shut them off, checking the bathrooms and then never turned back on. So
I mean, I'm sure it wouldn't take Luke very long to install them.
it's not a bad idea instead of leaving them on all the time.
Mhm. And then there's also the handicap grab bars for that park are up above the office at the city shop. They must have just never got put in.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
So at some point on a slow day, 6 months from now or
the
whatever.
sensor outside too, they installed upside down and it got wet, so that needs to be replaced. So
Yes.
that automatically turns on the lights out here.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, these our outside lights out here have been on for.
2 weeks.
They just stay on. I didn't know. I guess I didn't know we had a sensor out there.
I checked the sensor, it's full of water, so it's upside down.
That's not good.
So I'll call Luke tomorrow. I think Luke's the one that does all of our electricity, so.
you had a thing there, Ashley, from, I got that catalog that you made them copies of.
Yes.
that. I have that Uline catalog.
Mhm.
Should we have Ashley look for some used pallet racking? So we have it once we get
Sure.
the place established and cleaned out.
So
We don't need to buy new. There's tons of it on the
Yeah,
internet.
It is.
And some of it needs to be 4 foot wide, heavy, good stuff, and some needs to be 2 foot wide,
okay.
you know? Because there's fire hydrant stuff over here and water shut off stuff over here, and it's just, and that's heavy stuff. It's gotta have a little bit of quality there.
And then the other
Mike
thing,
Mike Drummer's got all the Shopco 2 foot stuff.
Oh, yeah?
So he's got tons of the 2 foot stuff.
All right.
So,
Mike Drummer.
yep.
And then the other thing I had too from that catalog was the flameproof cabinet, because I know we talked about that for paint and the gas
Oh,
cans,
yeah.
probably oil should probably be in those.
They probably should be in all different ones.
Yes, I think paint is in red and gas is in yellow.
Sounds
Maybe.
right.
That's
Like
what
one,
the picture says.
one cabinet for each.
Well, let's
Yeah,
see
chemical.
what we're gonna need. I mean, what size it could be.
How much were them again? I just got that catalog.
What were they, like 600 for some of them? And
P or C, when I was looking at the one you'd need,
Hmm?
it's kind of a big expensive one if you want gas cans in there.
I know, but I mean, we'll have to see what we all
Yeah.
are gonna end up doing and changing.
Yeah, because we shouldn't have any plastic gas cans. We should have the
Yeah,
metal ones.
I mean, it's
and
just-
Yeah, these are showing the metal ones, yeah, yeah.
They have those at Waco locally, so
The-
I think you line.
And I mean, in reality, all you need is a gallon, 2 gallon one for your pre-mixed stuff and maybe another 5 gallon one for
In
Whatever.
case,
provide,
in case.
just in case, yeah, in case you run out of gas.
Yeah.
I mean,
Gas, are we gonna get rid of those fuel barrels then and do a city card with the new station then? So
I
that
think
we-
if it all works out, I know the fire department wants to go there down, get the credit cards
Yeah,
and,
have fresher and it was any cheaper buying it from,
and it-
Gas is empty up there, been empty for years already, because I think we had an issue there with that. I'm pretty sure it's empty, but again,
being, and you can get it 24 hours.
Yeah.
It's not nice up there at 2 o'clock in the morning filling your truck.
oh,
I'm all for it, I'm
Cops
all
used to
for
get
it because it'd be fresher. and-
But I think that's something definitely look in and to get credit cards. I know Phil, we talked about,
Phil said
He wants-
there's one credit card for the fire department. He said that way there's no issue. When they were down there that one day, they said they'd only want one. And someone,
he was talking like one per truck though.
that's not what he said that day. When we were talking to him, when we had the city cards up there, he wanted one card for them to use, so it didn't. It didn't,
could keep track of one
Yes.
card a lot better,
Yes.
probably.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's just,
Yeah.
when I talked to him, he talked about one for each truck. He knew exactly which one did what. And
and just for a little FYI, there's been about a half a dozen to 8 credit cards that will not go through. Pastors being one, he come up one night just grinning ear to ear. He's gonna buy gas in Good Thunder and credit card wouldn't work. Went home and got Becky's, credit card wouldn't work. So
What?
Jason called him the other day and he came up there and they called Verifone. And then there's something gotta be encrypted in the hardware of those pumps. There's just like 6 or 8 cards that don't work. And I don't know, it's way above Robert, just telling you.
But anyway, no, we'll plan on doing that,
Absolutely,
because they need painting and we don't know who they belong to even.
yeah.
Yeah, and the diesel one's got quite a little in it, yeah.
No, we can use what's
Yeah,
there,
they just
but I
put
mean,
275 gallons in it and, but we pay full retail for that small little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Might as well just get it out of the pump.
yeah.
you said
well, I think
Waco,
that's the way to go, yeah.
Waco has the cabinets,
I don't know if we go to the cabinets.
They have
oh, the gas
The
cans?
gas can.
Oh,
The fire rated gas cans.
And these guys probably got the gas cans,
okay.
Uline.
Well, I mean, I'm just thinking, if between now and then, for some reason, it's pouring rain and he's up there organizing stuff and he realizes I need a cabinet this big for this. I mean, the most expensive one is $1,000.
Mhm.
So, I mean, if you determine, I would just say if he determines he really needs one, I don't know. I have no problem with getting one before the next meeting, but
Do we need to look at what fund is in the departments for that? I don't know how they're all separated between parks and streets and find out what money's in them so you make sure you're pulling out the right ones.
Let's get everything divided out and see what we got. 'Cause
okay,
right now, everything's spread around
It's everywhere.
right.
and that's gonna take a while.
If she's looking for pallet racking for the cold side, you might want to measure that wall if it's 70 feet. So, and say you want 10 footers. Looking. for
Yeah.
that amount.
Yeah,
And then how many racks you want, because they sell the side rails by the piece. The uprights are separate from the rails.
So do you have Mike Drummer's contact?
Yes.
So you
For
run,
the 2 foots, which would be on this side, but the other side, actually Dennis Klein has a whole bunch of that 4-foot stuff.
does he?
He got it all from St. James Lumberyard or whatever.
Oh, really?
I'll reach out to both of them.
So do we want to clean out that south side this summer and start digging it out to get it? I talked to Mariano the other day. He would, every 5 inches or 5.5 inches thick, but he'd like rods every 16 to 18 inches in there, not just
Like,
rods.
he doesn't want rebar, he just wants rods.
I mean, re-rod.
Re-rod.
And his labor for it, he says, you buying everything, the city? I said, yeah. Well, he just wants $2,400 to lay the cement.
Really?
That's what he wants.
Wow.
I think we gotta get it done before fall, then you don't get around, or
Yeah,
before winter,
whenever we can.
so.
But I mean, yeah, Jake is gonna be a little overwhelmed for a while. So I mean, we can get the hard stuff, the big stuff out. We can maybe move some of it out. Yeah, I know we're gonna hit black dirt right away. So we're gonna have to dig it down probably about 8 inches, maybe 10,
Some
and then
rock in there.
backfill it with gravel, because we're gonna hit dirt right away along the building. I know that. So,
Yeah, whenever we can do it, I think.
all right.
Just
That'll make
decide
things
what
so
needs
much
to be
better.
recycled, what gets thrown away and what needs to be put back in, because
Yeah.
obviously some of it doesn't need to go back in there.
No, there's junk. Yep. May not be junk, but it's stuff that doesn't get utilized, so. All right, anybody else?
St. John's Church, the concrete for down there.
Yep.
We should probably review.
I saw the bill. I did look at it. They didn't charge us for the second piece of concrete. So,
A little piece that was staying out?
no, they poured a 6 foot or 2 6-foot paces. Really, we shouldn't have necessarily paid for the second piece because it wasn't sidewalk. I see us paying for the curb and the sidewalk. But the ramp concrete, I don't really think we should pay for that. And they actually. did
Oh,
not.
that way.
Yeah, and they didn't bill us for that either. So the first 3,000 is for the curb and gutter material and labor, and then the 1,505 is for the sidewalk portion of material. They've got the labor in there, so they're still paying $5,000.
Yeah, okay, yeah, right.
But at first I thought we were paying for all the concrete there.
So then we want to make a motion then to reimburse.
And how much are we reimbursing them? I don't understand.
4,505.
4505, okay.
We're paying for the curb gutter material and labor, and then we're paying for the sidewalk material.
Got it, okay.
It's kind of hard to read on that MK receipt, how it breaks down there.
Anyway, 4505. Second,
Somebody make,
I think you made the first, or I can make the first. I'll make the motion to reimburse the St. John's Lutheran Church 4,505 for the curb gutter and the sidewalk.
and Don seconded, all in favor, say aye. Opposed, motion carried. And it looks very nice and hopefully
Yep.
with them doing that up to the building, they'll alleviate some of their water problems that they had.
we've already got water in there.
Huh?
Yeah, I don't know, there's still something wrong.
Really?
Yeah.
Is the gutters open? That
It
it's,
could be that's where the problem is.
really? Wow, all that work and then it just, that sounds like stuff.
But I had to help.
Oh, I did help, yeah.
Put window well covers on the other day, so maybe that was part of it, or is it?
Maybe that'll help, yeah.
They did what?
They put window well covers
Oh,
on?
yeah, okay.
That might help.
So I mean, when you're talking water, are you talking a lot or just trickles or?
Just some, just, some on the floor.
Yeah.
Not boot deep,
Yeah, but,
A lot can come in from a window well.
Oh, yeah.
well, especially that big roof being that steep and coming down, even the splash could splash into the window well.
The plan is to work on those eaves and repaint all that
Yeah.
this year yet. So.
Almost should have buried those tiles under the sidewalk when they did that. Got them out to the curb.
Yeah,
Now they're running over.
well, that just until they get the gutters fixed up, I suppose, right?
I don't know.
Yeah. All right, well, anybody else with miscellaneous?
Yes. Do not be alarmed by children running around town. The medallion is hidden. So if you see a bunch of children running around in weird places, two clues have gone out. Clues will go out until Friday. Hopefully by Saturday, someone finds it. But if you see a lot of children acting suspicious, that's probably why.
All right.
I forgot we brought that one back.
I seen them running around today. I'm like, focus.
Just everywhere.
All right,
Well,
anybody else on with miscellaneous?
I just want to shout out to everybody that's working on the committee. Everybody's awesome. Ashley, you've gone above and beyond with getting stuff. You work all day and then come back for a meeting or come on your day off. So I just really appreciate it. I've had a lot of fun on this committee. And that doesn't always happen. They're a really good group of people. So,
And we found some really great pictures, digging.
yeah.
Thank you, Robert, though, for having his guys too run around and do all the stuff. they've
Oh,
done the
yeah.
last 6 weeks or whatever too.
Absolutely.
We got all the catch basins cleaned out, so that helped. And there were some that were kind of bad. So we got one down by Ron's that might have to start from the bottom with affordable jetter and go up.
Yeah.
That one's plugged in.
And I think we gotta look into reimbursing the help that we got.
Yep, you should be keeping some kind of a track.
Vicky was out spraying for days and. mowing
That's gonna be really difficult to reimburse people that are just volunteering their time though. I mean,
I mentioned
Anyway,
we
something
should,
to look into.
I mentioned we should do something for Mr. Prom at the last meeting because of all the cleaning down at the thing. And he said, no, I volunteered. I don't want money for it. So.
Right.
I don't know. I just think that's a slippery slope because we have a lot of people doing stuff. I know the individuals that you have is coming out of your pocket. And that's, for me, not right either, but I think if, to be honest, we just okayed spraying the fence. So if we go above and beyond that, I don't know. The original intent was a volunteer thing, so I don't know.
Yeah.
So I appreciate it. I think it's fantastic. I think it's great when people come together and try and make things work and are doing things for our town to make it better, but we just gotta be careful with that because we haven't done it in the past.
the thing is about reimbursing people is how do you reimburse someone? If someone spends 20 hours doing something, it would take someone else 1 hour. How do you justify that cost?
Okay, I'm sorry I brought it up.
I'm just saying, it's,
It's
We
okay.
can argue about this all night. There's no sense in even going on with it.
We're not
Robert
arguing
didn't want any
about
money
it.
To start with.
I know,
So it was
but I
He was just
just-
making, like
Yeah.
a gesture of good faith.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of volunteering, we still have 4 more banners that we need to have hung this week. So I know Jake's really busy with stuff, but Robert, if your lift is, or the bucket, if you and Jim
I
have.
have to
some
be
time.
off the tractor because my grass problem.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you guys have some time, everything's here for it. Just so they're done before the big shindig, so.
All right.
All right. And are you guys, if for some reason Ashley has time and her and I can put the silhouettes up, are you guys okay? If she puts a note up there, working down at the ball field and we put those up, is that okay? I can help him do it too, but,
Yeah.
or just do it, because he's probably got a lot of crap to do. And that's just part of the twins thing. We want that to look nice, so just know that there might be some things we're taking care of this week and we'll put a note on the door. Yeah,
Just gotta find that little clock face thing.
Yeah.
At
It's
office.
gotta be somewhere in one of the drawers.
I do remember it now that he mentioned it. I
Yeah.
don't remember. It's
That
been a
fell
long
down
time.
several years ago, so it's probably not here anymore. So I wouldn't look for it. I'd order a new one.
Might need to buy you one.
I'll look tomorrow. If I can't find it, then I'll order.
I was looking at all the drawers for pictures and stuff, so I didn't see it, but
I'll look. It's probably somewhere.
okay.
I have faith.
All right, if nothing else under miscellaneous, someone make a motion to adjourn.
Go move.
Someone to second.
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
I-
Aye, opposed, motion carried. Thanks, everyone.
Meeting.
Who seconded that one?
It can go to 10 o'clock sometimes.
Yeah, you came at a good night.
Oh, that's great. I go to all sorts of city council meetings. This is a good one. Not too long.
Just the long ones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have them.
There's been sometimes where we've had interviews or something before and then had a council meeting and been here for 5 hours. Because we're crazy.
Why your city's running so well, I guess.
Maybe.
Okay, well, thanks for having me.
Thank you.
No, that's yours.
Oh, that's
Send her
mine.
thanks
I
again.
don't want you to, I want you to remember the hair you
Buttons.
have.
Yeah,
Guys, did you see the buttons, how cool they are?
yeah.
Tom?